That's a GDZ.
That's a plain heavy doesn't it? Oh, now it's blue skies heading our way. Now so it will probably stop. Stop here, Nick! Stop! Whose hat is it? Yours! Have you ever been on this one? Is this engine's louder for an angle? Stop it now! Oh, listen! We'll get on 2 again next time. We're able to get on 2 again next time. Oh, it's getting heavy. I don't even know if it's true.
And welcome aboard the City Sightseeing Bournemouth tour. Your route today takes us to Torquay via Sandbanks. Please remain seated whilst the bus is moving and ring the bell if you wish to get off at any of the stops along the route. We look forward to showing you the best of the local area and telling you about the history and the people who helped shape it into what it is today. Be sure to hold on to your ticket, which entitles you to 10% off any other city sightseeing tour operated in over 100 locations around the world. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask the driver, who will only be too happy to help. As we head over the overpass, we see Bournemouth Pier jutting out into the English Channel to our right. Our award-winning beach is 9.5 miles long, stretching from Sandbanks in the west to Hickory Head in the east. To our left are the lower gardens, with the Bourne Street, from which the town gets its name. The name comes from the Scottish bird meaning a large stream or small river. Bournemouth prides itself with its wonderful gardens, the local parks department having its own nurseries, and a team of dedicated gardeners and greenkeepers tending to more than 1,000 hectares of green space, roughly 20% of the town. Coming up on our right is the Royal Bath Hotel, the very first hotel in Bournemouth. It was opened on the day of Queen Victoria's coronation in June 1838. As we travel down Westover Road, to our left is the Art Deco Pavilion Theatre, now nearly 100 years old. It hosts a back-to-back programme of plays, musicals, concerts and comedy, and it's also the home to Pavilion Dance Southwest, and it's a brilliant charity that has in the last 10 years allowed more than 500,000 people from every section of society to experience the joy of dance. Look up to the right are 4 Art Deco buildings which used to house a number of hotels, an ice rink and 2 cinemas. One, the Gaumont, saw the Beatles play a 6-night residency in the summer of 1963, just before Beatlemania took a band around the world. The same year, the Gaumont also hosted the Rolling Stones and Cliff Richard and the Shadows.
It's drying up now.
Bournemouth Square is really considered the centre of the town, with the main department stores and meeting places. Now pedestrianised, for many years, it was the main intersection where 7 roads from the north, the east and west met. A number of the original buildings surrounding the square were lost due to bombing during the Second World War, but nothing like the extent of Southampton to the east and Plymouth to the west. Through the centre, you'll see the garden stretching back inland in one direction and down to the seafront in the other, making a mile-long green corridor along the Bourne Street, which gives Bournemouth its name. Former Prime Minister Winston Churchill holidayed in Bournemouth as a child, where he would sail a model boat in the stream. Shortly coming up on our left is BH2, the new cinema and restaurant complex. But this was once the site of the town's bus station, which was so large it had 2 levels. Between the 1930s and the 1970s, the bus station was buzzing with holidaymakers during the summer months. However, it was badly damaged by fire during 1976. Although around 80 buses on the upper level managed to be driven out, 16 coaches on the lower level were destroyed, and the building was finally demolished in 1982. When we leave the square and head back up the hill towards the seafront, look out for a white turreted building on your left, called the Royal Exeter Hotel. It's on the site of the very first house which was built in the town by the founder of Bournemouth, Lewis Tregonwell. For many years this area was open heathland, but by the 1790s smugglers were using the area to move their contraband from the cliff tops and chines. Tregonwell was stationed here as a captain of militia, and his job was to defend against a possible French invasion and to also help combat the smugglers. The area's most famous smuggler was Isaac Gulliver. In 1810, after Tregonwell had retired from service as a Dorset Ranger, he brought his wife Henrietta here, and she fell in love with the sea views. They bought the land from Sir George Taps and built their summer residence.
We're heading towards Dryden. We're headed towards the blue sky.
Yeah.
As we travel up Priory Road, we head up onto the West Cliff. This area has an extremely wide choice of hotels and guest houses. There is something for everyone, from young person's budget accommodation costing £20 a night, through to the very expensive and very plush Marriott Highcliffe, a choice of politicians attending party conferences, standing on the left just above a lift to the beach. The very big investments in more hotels, bars and restaurants reflects Bournemouth's potential as the South Coast's leading resort, and the fact that the area is very busy on weekends throughout the year. At the next roundabout, notice the mature pine trees that dominate the street scene from here on. 200 years ago, Bournemouth looked very different. It would have been bare and sandy heathland, like much of the New Forest to the east, Dorset to the west. But then landowners started planting more than 3 million Scots pines. This was partly to replenish the country's timber stocks after the wars with the French, and partly to cash in on the supposed health benefits of the sea air blowing through the pine needles. By the 1880s, the transformation was complete. The Dorset writer Thomas Hardy called Bournemouth Sandbourne in his novel Tess of the d'Urbervilles, and described it as a Mediterranean lounging place on the English Channel. Truer and truer with our special microclimate and global warming.
Why you turn it down? No, that music's quiet.
Let's drive deeper into the pine woods along a purpose-built scenic drive with amazing views of the coastline. If the weather is clear, a fine view is coming up on the left of the white chalk cliffs of Old Harry at the end of the Isle of Purbeck. The road follows valleys called chines, transformed by the erosion of the sand and gravel into lush microclimates that entice the visitor to explore. We're following Durley Chine, and we will cross over Middle Chine and Alum Chine before meeting more of them later. These chines provided cover for smugglers moving contraband inland. Smuggling was not so much a cottage industry as serious organised crime. To avoid paying tax on drink and tobacco from France, smuggling depended on bands of local men to receive the goods from boats and hike them for wider distribution. The area was littered with tunnels and secret chambers to stash the contraband. The biggest boss of them all was Isaac Gulliver, who led a small army decked out in his own livery.
It's good getting on two
Was
buses.
found to contain a secret
Yeah.
room accessible through a door 10 feet up a chimney.
Yeah.
The sun's coming out again.
Mum, that's the only bus you haven't been on up until now, is Swan. Do you reckon it'll make you jump under the tunnel?
The bus will be slowing down to cross some bridges that cross the chines. The most famous of the bridges was a rustic walkway where an accident occurred in 1892
We went on
that
VBS
could have
and we
dramatically
even
changed the whole course of history.
It was rattling
The future Prime
downstairs,
Minister and
VBS,
wartime
there was-
leader Winston Churchill
And
was
the
a
engine was
teenager
well
on holiday
out.
with his younger brother and cousin.
I stayed
They
up.
chased him along the bridge. When he tried to jump across to a fir tree, he lost his grip and fell 30 feet to the ground below. He was unconscious for 3 days and bedbound for 3 months.
I'll stay up on this one. On Marriott. Why has he stopped?
Because he was a bit faster, isn't he?
Oh yeah, maybe he has to catch up on the commentary. Maybe yes. GBs! We'll go on it again that Saturday. We haven't got any more dark clouds coming.
The chimes provide a microclimate that allows plants from Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Asia and South America to flourish. These award-winning tropical gardens were first established in the 1920s and planted in 1986. Followed the well-known
What about
plant
sit
trade
down in
gardens
SGBZ?
from Mexico, which is the basic ingredient of tequila.
Let's
The name of this
the
chime
same
is
bus
Alum
again.
chime.
It was the same.
Called after a substance that was produced here 400 years ago from minerals found in the sand.
Both.
Alum was used to fix the colour of dyed cloth and for softening leather in the tanning process. Mining didn't carry on for long, but some claim that the first
Power
chemical
quite
industry
turning the engine off when it goes back to the pier. It won't.
Another famous resident of the Chimes was Robert Louis Stevenson.
I'm surprised it's 2 fullies and 8 ones.
He came to Bournemouth
Last year it was in
for
there.
3 years in the 1880s, producing The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and Kidnapped. The success of these works allowed him to travel to Samoa in search of even better health, but he died there in 1894. He called his house here Skerryvore, after a Scottish lighthouse built by his family. Skerryvore was destroyed during the Second World War, but you can visit a memorial garden on its site.
And that was awesome.
That's better. The sky looks clear that way.
As we come into Westbourne, we pass elegant houses and reach an affluent area with many small independent shops, posh boutiques, delis and restaurants. Westbourne is known to its residents as
Oh, is it faster than that? Yes!
It has such a great reputation that people come from all over Bournemouth to eat and drink here. Westbourne
Why don't
is
I
also
take
home to
this
some of
one?
the best pubs in Bournemouth. A great place to sample the very best of British beer. Real ale from local producers like Hall and Woodhouse, or the Ringwood Brewery.
I think it was at 4 o'clock when I saw an Addy's taxi at the time. Whose house is yours? You would have had. He still takes his warnings still.
Look across to the large roundabout on the right called County Gates. These days, you can see the offices of an insurance company, Liverpool and Victoria in the
Angle said
centre.
why not go on
But for
2
many years,
different
this was the boundary
buses.
between the counties of Dorset to the west and Hampshire to the east. In 1974,
Never can go on
Bournemouth and
both vehicles
Christchurch
that are
were
running,
incorporated into Dorset, boosting the size of the small county enormously. Today, roughly
Never
half of Dorset's
GDZ.
population of over 700,000 lives in the poor Bournemouth conurbation.
Go McDonald's after.
Yeah, might as well.
I'd tell Maverick we're going McDonald's. She's very friendly at Ticket Centre. She was telling me everything. She was. I said we'll probably see her again this year. She works on a Sunday and a Monday, so flexi weeks we'll probably see her.
We are now travelling down the avenue. Many of the small homes either side of the road were here before Bournemouth existed as a town. The sandy, acidic soil, characteristic of the area, provides very little nutrients for crop plants. The plants that do thrive, gorse, bracken and heather, can still be found in many pockets in
It's too funny.
of parks and along the top of the cliff.
Anyway.
Look out for the yellow gorse bushes. Warmed by the sun, the small, shiny, edible flowers give off a
She
sweet
made a
smell,
different engine sound to
reminiscent of
angles. That music was on angles, so I heard it from downstairs. This one. There's more leg room on this one.
Yeah, it is actually.
So, the avenue that's been up motorbike before. What? No, it's not fair, it's on the sightseeing route.
Next stop, Branksome Shire. Hop off the bus here to get straight onto the beach. There is a seafront promenade, and if you turn left, you walk a mile and a half or so, and you will reach Bournemouth Pier. Turn right, and you can walk just over a mile until you reach Sandbanks. If you walk straight ahead, you can enjoy a blue flag beach with some of the cleanest bathing water in England. Also on the beach is an elegant restaurant that is especially known for its variety of fresh fish daily. It's in an Art Deco building of the 1930s, which housed the country's first solarium, offering artificial sunshine under ultraviolet lamps all year round.
If you look to the right as we climb the hill, you can see the start of one of the longest chines, Branksome Chine. It stretches inland for a mile and a half and is said to have been a regular route for smugglers as they headed inland. One visitor who appreciated the walks here was John Betchman. He wrote, "Walk the filled paths of Branksome Chine, in resin-scented air like strong Greek wine. The houses either side of the chine have some of the biggest plots in the area, affording maximum privacy, making them very desirable and very expensive. With many homes selling for over £1 million, electric gates and swimming pools and supercars and more. In this area of Poole, comparisons with Beverly Hills are not unwarranted."
Yes.
The village at the top of the hill is an exclusive neighbourhood called Canford Cliffs. If you wish to visit Compton Acres Gardens, be ready to ring the bell in the village and hop off just after it. After a 3-minute walk, you'll be wandering around 7 distinct ornamental gardens, including an Italian garden with a Japanese garden with spectacular views across North London. Someone has worked out that the average wealth of visitors to the Canford Cliffs is within the top 2% of people in the country. If you look carefully, you can see some signs. Rolls Royces are commoner on the streets here than anywhere else. A hairdressing salon offers a valet parking service, and the luxurious cafes are designed so that you can both see and be seen if you wish. Canford Cliffs hit the headlines when a bank decided not to allow clients to use its branch unless they had an income of £100,000 a year. But that did not affect the village's reputation for a very friendly atmosphere. After the village, enjoy a gradual houses being built on either side.
That's the latest time I've been on the sightseeing. Second trip's normally on the other vehicle running that day. It's normal.
At the bottom of the hill, we'll be returning to sea level on reaching the shore of Poole Harbour. This is the second largest natural harbour in the world after Sydney Harbour in Australia. You'll see that it is popular with all types of boat owners, and particularly windsurfers. The harbour has double tides, which means that there is a useful amount of high water to sail in during each 24-hour period. If you want to drive around the harbour, it's about 25 miles. If you were to follow the shoreline closely, it would be about 5 times longer. The biggest island in the middle of the harbour is Brownsea Island, one of 5 islands in the harbour. Hidden out of sight between Brownsea and the Purbeck Hills in the distance is Fursey Island, and towards the west are Green, Round and Long Island. Poole lies over to the right, and so does Wareham, sandwiched between 2 rivers emptying into the back of the harbour. They are the River Frome and the River Piddle. That's a name which is back in favour after the starchy Victorian times when it was sometimes called the River Trent. An easy boat trip from Poole Quay will take you to Wareham for fish and chips on its quay or a walk around its Saxon defences. If you look between the houses on the left, you can see the beach. We're on a thin spit of land between Poole Harbour to our right and the English Channel to our left.
The tip of the South Banks Peninsula has been called the Monte Carlo of the South Coast and has one of the highest land values in the world, just behind Tokyo and Manhattan. Until the 1920s, this place was covered in rabbit-infested sand dunes, but by 1999, plots were being bought and sold for more than £1 million. The most sought-after ones have water frontage, often with their own landing stage. This is a place where a developer might pay £5 million for a plot of land, tear down a perfectly good new house on it, and put up a steel and glass supermarket, selling for £10 million.
How many takes do you reckon it would do in the summer? It doesn't even take past
Across to the perfect sandy beach of Shell Bay and the rest of the
we're filming it!
It takes about 3 hours and it's great for pedestrians and cyclists too. Because of the very strong tidal currents that run through the harbour entrance, the ferry moves itself along on 2 large chains. When the chains are worn out, they're used by local fishermen to provide moorings in the harbour. Beyond the ferry, we come to wealthy populous properties, many lived in by well-known people such as Harry Redknapp. Harry's a local treasure in these parts because in his time he's managed Bournemouth, Southampton and Portsmouth.
And it is going to do it at like starting to rain again. road, it was raining over here. Always has to stop when it's raining. Always. Probably asking if anyone wants to move. Not nice weather on this. Doesn't look as bad as last time. The whole thing doesn't look. Oh look, it's stopping again. How it might. Wind's blowing it out. Oh, it's lightning clouds that's coming on. Hey, it's the light. And if they stayed on the top this time. Tunnel. Hey! What?
There's blue skies again we're going towards.
It does dry up pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's only supposed to shower this race.
We'll be heading towards that tunnel. Yeah, he's going to blast it. He's going to. Another picture of me. He's going to. This bus came from London, this. So it's him, Oh no, he's getting off. Is he getting off or is he moving to the bottom?
I'll tell you. Off.
Oh! Swear this bus is louder for angles. Swear this bus. Even the horn's loud.
Head towards the blue skies again.
Rain again.
Brownsea Island is across the water to our left. It's very popular with walkers, bird watchers and theatre goers when the annual open air productions take place. Brownsea Castle at the end of the island is leased to the John Lewis Partnership, the owners of the Waitrose supermarket chain, John Lewis department stores. It's used for training and as a retreat for staff to stay in and enjoy sharing with the resident peoples, red squirrels and the day trippers who have gone home. The island is one of the few places in Southern England where red squirrels survive because red squirrels have never been introduced to the island. The island
Saturday. We've got to jump stairs. Oh, too late now.
Well, the sun's coming out. Stop it a minute.
Not meant to, hey, I'm not meant to. Yes, it's getting dry now. Alright, to go on a Sunday, but no one's working. So he ain't working Saturdays. Yeah, we would have done. We would have done Tesco on a Saturday. We would have done. We would have had time to go on tour.
Brownsea Island sits further and
We need that to be cheated. We go down a concrete for a bit.
1980s. At its peak, it was Western Europe's largest
Had to press the mountains there. My head is cold. Sunday when that was working.
Sailing boats, windsurfers, kitesurfers, and cargo vessels are not the only activity out there on the waters. The biggest ones you can see belong to the ferry companies.
Not onto the hawk, man, no.
There's a channel 25 feet deep. The average depth of the rest of the harbour is only a couple of feet.
That was well cold out.
You can see dark inflatable boats containing members of the special
We'll warm up at 40. We'll warm up.
Yes, is the special forces employed
You might be able to press the horn there, Jackie.
just across the
Yeah, it ain't that busy. Because Mallory does that, and we'll stay inside in here if it's rain. There you go. Doesn't matter if it hails during Paul Kidney, we'll be downstairs. So I have to go past Paul Park there. Well, get ready. But it hails again, see? Well, get ready, it'll be really loud.
We've been travelling and now we're beginning to get close again to
Oh, he's slowing down! He's slowing down so we can hear it.
The road narrows to go under a high railway bridge carrying the main railway line between Weymouth and London Waterloo. It takes about 2 hours by
You're still
train to
doing
London.
it.
Some people commute there from this area every day.
No, he's slowing up.
Further west at Wareham,
He's-
the line used to connect with the branch line to Swanage, but it was taken up in the early 1970s.
He's slowing up to let
Soon
it.
after, a group of enthusiastic local volunteers joined together to open a short section of the track to steam trains. They've have been so successful that special steam trains from London now run occasionally between London and Swindon. And there are hopes of a permanent...
Has he got it on the horn button? Yeah! It's... Mum, it's gone! Oh! Dude, stop now! Always been beating me at it, stop it shooting, always me. It is a tune on it! I'll ask him to do that at Bournemouth as well! Oh, come on! Oh, I will at Paul. Did it?
The Civic Centre was built from Portland limestone in 1931.
Or we would have went on that at
Sunday
to one of the England church.
Are 24 superb sculptured stone reliefs depicting historical events from the earliest
Saturdays, it's not Maverick.
Pool Park was constructed
Days,
on land
it's
given
not.
to people of Pool
Only
Park.
Ang or
Covering
only.
more than 100 acres, the area used to be marshland and grazing meadows and was opened by Edward, Prince of Wales in 1890. Known as the People's Park, the area is well used by locals and visitors alike. If you fancy
Surprised the iPads are not wet, I'm surprised. Is yours wet?
The Romans made a supply base in the harbour when they invaded 2,000 years ago. But until Norman times, 1,000 years later, Wareham was the more important port. In the Middle Ages, Poole suffered raids by Spanish and French attackers, but gained some prosperity when it won the right to export wool, products so vital to the country's economy that even today, was trading dried cod from Newfoundland to the Catholic countries of Europe to meet the demand for fish.
Is that really now?
Olive oil from the Mediterranean. This made local merchants vastly rich and explains the opulent
That's
houses
where
you'll see on
David's
High Street
little
along the
pictures
quay in
near
Poole.
us at.
But 200 years
Warmed up at
ago,
Poole
other ports
Quay,
took over this
or
trade, and Poole dwindled in importance as its harbour proved too shallow for the new generation of ships.
Let's do it again at Bournemouth. Go faster here for what we did on ankles. Sun's going in again. Oh, there's no dark clouds this time, which will make it hay always. Weren't even meant to hay today.
That hurts.
That's we doors. Hay always.
We've been on it. We've been on the sun, rain.
Hopefully it'll be better weather on Saturday, hopefully. Sitting sightseeing, you know. No.
That's amazing.
And it would have not been beach breezer when it was dry, would it? No. Would it be these ones? Oh my god. I'll say thank you to him in Polkey.
Yeah.
It's never you should go down to it. Angle smiled at me at Polkey. Hey, did he? Yeah. Angle. Finally saw him today. And we went on this bus.
Yeah.
Might as well have got on his as well, mate.
Get on angles
As soon
as
as
well,
it was
Rex.
that, as
I
soon
will
as...
get on angles as well.
July flexi week, I reckon the weather will be lovely, I reckon.
I reckon we'll have to take suntan lotion.
Especially if we do 2 buses. Is that an actual song, this one?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Is that one not obvious yet?
No.
If you look it up on YouTube, I think it's we like to be beside the seas.
Oh,
Is the lighthouse.
it always does on this one.
Housing a variety of different performance spaces, it is one of the largest art centres outside of London,
Oh, again.
as well as being home to the world-famous Bournemouth Symphony Orchestra.
No, until you can warm up. I had to say to Marriott, we're warming up
and singers
for a
like
bit before you go.
Michael Jackson even played the venue early in his career as part of the Jackson 5. In front of us is the large Barclays House, the iconic building that dominated the centre of Poole for more than 40 years and, at its peak, employed more than 2,500 people. Locally, if you did not work there yourself,
I bet he does the England one when he leaves Bournemouth.
I reckon he might.
How come he still does it in angle, does it? No? Well, each driver is different. Maybe he chooses to do it then.
It's never been celebrated for its architectural merit. It was one of the first American-style shopping malls to be built in the UK.
Those trains are still running. Even though it's hails.
Yeah, it's nice and sunny.
Only for a little bit it hailed, only for a little. That was a good toot he did under the bridge. The road's busier from when we went on angles. We'll be early, we'll be. So carers do get on for free. Now it's not raining at all. Hopefully it clears until we're off that way. Don't know if we'll be able to get right at the back on the way back. We'll be able to get A-tops. A's will be A. Depends if there's anyone getting on from Hall Key. Well, saying that, it is the last 2 of the day, so people might be starting to come back. Well, it's not school holidays.
We will soon be at Poole Quay, where the bus will turn left before stopping outside the Thistle Hotel. Please remain seated until the bus has come to a stop. If you have a bus and boat combination ticket, please head straight to the Blue City Cruises kiosk back along the quayside to reserve your place on your preferred sailing. There are lots of things to see and do on Poole Quay, but be sure to take a walk through the old town and see some of the historic buildings with the oldest schools next to the Poole Museum dating back to the 13th century. The bus will leave from this stop on the hour every hour, and the last departure of the day is at 6 o'clock. If the quay is closed later for an event, please use the alternative stop by the multi-storey quay visitors car park.
No one way in there.
Oh, so we can go down then.
I'll go down and talk to him.
Also,
Yeah.
And if it starts raining, will you come down?
I don't think it's gonna.
Had to tell Vic it was really bad.
Hang on, when it stops.
Wait until it stops.
Oh, God. Oh, smell it for the England.
At the pit when we get back to the pit here when we... That was well loud under that bridge. I will come back when it's about to go.
Still got his doors shut. Oh, there's no one getting on. Make him a two then. That's alright. Do you want to get on?
No. We're staying on, we're warming up. So it's
You have a good time?
yeah.
Yeah.
Is this your last trip of the day?
It is. There's no one on.
Are we able to do the England tune since it's not busy?
Do the what?
The England tune, the horn.
I can't. Well, I'm not really meant to do it. Are you videoing me? You're not filming me, are you? Are you? I won't do it this time. No. I did it enough time under the bridge. Otherwise, I get probably told off for using my horn too much.
Will you take when you depart Bournemouth Pier after we got off?
I will do a little too.
Yeah.
Yeah.